Welcome, beloveds. Welcome to the first day of the rest of your life. And welcome to the first day of the best of your life. I am Astartes Miraculii. I love you so much. Today my subject is awakening the heart chakra, cracking the love code. And before I go into the fullness of what this download is, I want to first give a shout out, appreciation to all of my beloveds, my spiritual tribe in Melbourne, Australia. Had the wonderful opportunity to spend a couple of weeks there just recently. Gratitude to you, Amy Brax, and Summer Healing Yoga, and all of the wonderful beings that participated in the several workshops that I conducted, as well as the Conscious Hip Hop concert, and all of those who had individual sessions with me. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to serve and empower you. I love you so much, and I look forward to coming back to the land down under. It was an amazing experience for me, and I've been playing the didgeridoo for 22 years, and that was the first time that I was able to grace the land from which the instrument comes. Shout out to Julian Silborn for being my liaison to the Northern Territory for when I do come back the next time around. So thank all of you beloveds for the wonderful ways in which you participated with me in my awesome journey in Melbourne, Australia. Love you so much. Okay. Awakening the heart chakra. Cracking the love code. So we're going to be working with transmissions, and this is particularly for the purpose of activating the heart chakra, the significance of that chakra, which we have 7 major chakras within the body. We have the crown, we have the brow, the throat, and then there's the heart, the solar plexus, just below the navel, and the root within the base of the spine area. And the significance of the heart is it is the central most chakra, so it represents the central core of being. The significance of the central core of being is that the center represents that place within all of us that cannot be contaminated by anything. The center of being is not touched by negativity, fear, darkness, hatred, worry, or any of the negatives of life. Our heart chakra, our heart center, has resonance with that divine essence that we are, that spark of divinity that exists within us. And so the transmissions are going to be specifically to activate 4 major principles or 4 major aspects of frequency tied into the heart chakra. First and foremost, we'll activate the God self, then we'll activate self-love, we'll activate balance, and we'll activate creation. So beginning with the resonance of God self, each of us are our own version of divinity, our own version of the Creator. Just like the acorn is a version of the oak tree. The oak tree is an embryo within the acorn, and all that the oak tree shall ever become is qualitatively stored within that acorn, just as we are like the acorn of the soul, and the God reality of our being is like the oak tree. And so we want to activate now this resonance of the God self. I'll be offering some tones and some overtones. When I do overtones, I am creating simultaneously highs and lows with one voice. The highs represent heaven, the lows represent earth, and so we're creating this marriage of heaven and earth within the cells of our being. I invite you to tone along with me in your own way, harmonize with me as best as you can, because this is for the purpose of creating a universal activation of the frequency of the heart center, the place that is uncontaminatable by anything of a negative nature. So this is for the activation now of the God self within you and within me and in every being. Tone with me. Feel the reality, beloved, of the God self within you. Feel the reality of being your own version of the whole universe, your own version of Godhood, allowing every cell within your being to wake up and remember your God self, to wake up and remember that your soul is the qualitative essence of all that is, just as the entire ocean in quality is contained within the drop or within the wave, and when the wave is one with the tide of the ocean, as the wave rolls upon the shores, the whole power of the ocean is in back of that wave. And as we embrace the truth that we are qualitatively all that God is, then as the wave of our soul rolls upon the shores of our life experiences, the whole power of the ocean of the absoluteness of God Goddess is in back of us. And so, as we allow this activation of our God self, then we also recognize that every facet of life that we ever bear witness to is our own self by extension. And so let us own all that we are witnessing that represents that which is true reality, that is truly an extension of the divine. Let us wake up and remember who we are. And so the next step is that we're going to create an activation of self-love. And in truth, all love is self-love. Because regardless of whether I'm loving myself as an individual expression or loving you as an extension of my own self, it's all me no matter what. And so all loving is an expression of self-loving, because there is no reality of selfhood apart from that great oneness of being of which we are all a part. And so we're going to bring forth the next tones to activate this self-love. And the reality of loving self is not something that we necessarily have to do. You see, love is something, it's a question of, am I loving it or is it loving me? To truly love is to bear witness to the fact and to feel and receive the reality of the infinite love that is always taking place. Let love love you. That is to truly be in the resonance of self-love, because it is a force that is always operational, and you can't not love yourself. The only thing that can happen is your attention can stray so far away from that infinite fact of self-loving that it can appear that you don't, when in reality that expression of self-love is an eternal happening. So tone with me for the greater activation of this self-love, so that we can at the cellular level witness the reality of allowing love to love us. And all love is self-love. Tone with me. Let love love you, to therefore be the reality of you loving you. When you let love love you, you recognize that everywhere that you witness love is your own personal reality of love by extension. We align the telepathic battery cables and feel that oneness with everywhere that love exists within the whole of the universe, and recognizing that too is our own expression of love. Therefore, allowing that frequency to jumpstart us on the individual level of self-love. I do take me. I love myself with all my heart. Eternal knowing, God impart. No more hatred, no more pain, legacy of heaven, mine to claim. When I look in any mirror, each reflection is my own. If I dislike that which I am, rejection by others will be shown. In self-acceptance, let me grow to hereby let all others know I want them to accept me too. They only follow what I do. I ask myself to marry me to thus fulfill my destiny. I promise always to be true, self-love and honor I am due, sweet self. I'm sorry for the pain, forgive and love me once again. I want me for eternity, a better lover than to be. Now every bond is sweeter too, for loving me is loving you. Within the temple of heaven's house I do take me to be my spouse. Say that with me. Within the temple of heaven's house, I do take me to be my spouse. To let love love you is to allow the marriage of your human self with your ascended self to come into the eternal remembrance of who and what you truly are, of who and what we truly are. The next frequency we're going to activate relative to the heart is balance. Balance is B-A-L-A-N-C-E, be all and see. Be all and see. This is revelation through transformation of pronunciation, where we take the syllables and the letters of a word and we derive meaning, just as in balance. B-A-L-A-N-C-E, be all and see. And so when we're in a state of balance, we recognize the way in which everything is in service unto our expansion and our empowerment. When we are truly in a state of balance and we witness others prospering in life, we recognize that that is also our own self prospering by extension. When we're truly in a state of balance, we celebrate the abundance that we witness everywhere. We celebrate the fruition of love and the joy that beloveds share in being in relationship. Even if it's not a part of our own personal experience, we're witnessing it. It is our own experience by extension. To be in a state of balance is to recognize that everything in the whole of existence is a part of our own self. And I'm shooting this video today on this full moon in Libra, which is also, we just had a Mercury to go retrograde. And so balance is also looking for the advantages within the so-called adversities, like the challenges of Mercury retrograde. We look for the way in which Mercury retrograde will become servant unto us. We look for the ways in which this full moon is servant unto us. This is a full moon, that is in the sign of Libra, which means then that the sun is in Aries, and then Uranus conjuncts the sun, and Jupiter conjuncts the moon. So this is an extremely powerful full moon, and of course being in the sign of Libra has a direct correlation to love and to relationships, which is one of the reasons why I have chosen this subject, awakening the heart chakra, cracking the love code. And so now this tone is for establishing balance in every area of your life and my life. Tone with me. Feel the reality of balance. B-A-L-A-N-C-E, be all and see. Recognize that the good, the bad, and the ugly is all in service unto your empowerment. You are meant to be empowered by everything. See this vehicle, Astarius Miraculi. On one hand, I am Astarius Miraculi. On the greater hand, I am God, having a human experience called Astarius Miraculi. You are God, having a human experience called you. We are God, having a physical experience called humankind. Feel that reality. Look larger than this form. Look larger than this soul that stands before you. And recognize that I can only create these different sound frequencies by virtue of my connection with Source, by virtue of my connection with God. There's something so much larger happening than this individual being of soul expression, or even your collective being of soul expression. It's the totality of the all that is. Feel that reality. Own the resonance of balance. The expansion of the universe is at the mercy of your personal growth, my personal growth. The expansion of the universe is at the mercy of our being all that we can be. Balance is also knowing that we can quicken the spirit of the universe. Balance is also knowing that we can offer a blessing unto our Creator. Have you blessed God lately? No, God doesn't need a blessing, and yet when we offer our blessing unto God, God becomes even more glorified, even more expanded, just like you or me, if we're rich in love. Someone comes along and wants to share love with us. Do we say, I'm all full up? No, I don't need any more love. No, we receive that love and become even grander and more expansive in love, even though we were already rich in love. And so even though God is infinitely rich in love and blessedness, when we have the presence of mind and heart to offer our blessings unto God, God becomes even more glorified and more expanded. So let us also remember to have the presence of mind and heart to offer blessings unto our own Creator. And now finally, I'm going to offer a tone for the activation of creation. See, everything that you will ever create is that which is already created in embryonic, intangible formlessness within your being. Just as when God was about to create this universe, so God created the heavens and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. So here's God about to create the earth, and yet it's still spoken of as a reality, even before it comes into form. Reality in formlessness represents the greater stage of reality and the first stage of reality. And the form is the second stage of reality and even the lesser measure. So we as beings in embodiment must learn to appreciate reality in its formless state, in its embryonic state, to therefore bring it into manifestation. So everything that you will ever create in formlessness is already created. And then when it comes into manifestation, it will simply be it morphing from formlessness into form. So this is to offer empowerment to your creative expression, and knowing that your creative expression is that which helps to complete the universe and helps to complete life. Tone with me for the expansion of our creative expression.
Oh.
We honor the expression of our creation, our creative ability, our talents. We honor that God has got our back with regards to expressing that which we are meant to express creatively. God is always with us, as the tide of the ocean has the back of the wave as it rolls upon the shores. So it is that Source and Creator has our back. And we move forward in our creative expression. And so to seal all of this, I'm going to offer now some didgeridoo for the sealing of this and the simultaneous activation of God's self, self-love, balance, and creation. Oh my goddess, honor, thanks, and praise to the tribal Aborigines of Australia for being the tribal vessel through which the didgeridoo has found its way into this physical domain. I am Astarius Miraculii. I love you so much. I invite you to subscribe to my channel. Got a couple hundred videos. Be sure and click on videos so you have access to everything that is available to you. I am also a psychic astrologer, and I practice and teach Reiki as well as sound healing transmissions with didgeridoo and vocal harmonics. I do this work in person, by phone, and by Skype. I happen to be in Atlanta, Georgia, USA. If you're in that area, you can have a session in person. However, I do amazing work by Skype as well. So I work with people all over the world, and I'd love to serve and empower you in that way. I also have a donation button on my website. If you feel so moved and blessed by the things that I'm offering, I'm so grateful for, any offerings and donations that you give. And thank you for playing in the field of win-win. Aho, Ashe, Amen, Namaste, Hotep, In Lakesh, Alakin, Shalom, Satnam, Hariom. May you always have miles on your smile, wiggle in your giggle, tingling in your boots, and have laughter ever after. Our juice is eternally cooked and infinitely expanding. I love you so much.